Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with me, Nikki, where we are sewing things for our friends and family or ourselves. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, go ahead, hit the button below, subscribe, because I do real-time tutorials with you. All right, so today we're just going to jump right into our project. We are going to be making something super simple. I know I say that a lot, right? But I promise you, once you get the hang of it, they are. We made bags a little while ago, a few videos ago. And today I wanted to show you a really good accessory that you can make to go along with the bag. I mentioned you can do a coin purse, a matching coin purse with that, but these babies. You can also do these to match with the bag that you want to make for yourself or give away. And what they are, you could even put your glasses in them. Okay, so they can be a glasses holder, or in this case, a phone holder. So you can use them for both things, glasses or phones. So let's get started. You're going to find the measurements, so you can click on the link below in the blog to get the measurements. Pretty simple, fairly easy. So what you're going to be needing today, you need an outside fabric. So an outer fabric, we're doing 8x9. We're going to need a lining fabric, which is also 8x9. Okay, so you have an outer and you have an inner. Then we need a little tab. This is 2x4. You can make it for the outer tab, okay, which is going to be this portion here. So you can use whatever you want, a piece of your lining or the outer fabric. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Okay, you're going to need, this is Interphase. Go ahead and watch that video if you need to for the Interphase, different types of Interphase. But this is going to be 8x7. We purposely want this to be a little smaller than the actual lining, okay, for a reason, okay, because we don't want to attach it to the seams. Okay, so this is fusible lining. You can use foam in it if you want to. You can not Pellon 809, that's not thick enough. So you need something a little thicker. You can use fusible fleece. You can just one-sided though, or you can buy the foam. And you'll figure out what you want to make things for according to the thickness of the padding that you want. But let's go for the fusible fleece for this one, okay? So we're going to start off, get your iron. So we're going to start off where we are going to use the lining piece, and we're going to put that lining side, so pretty side is down. We're going to put the Interphase, whatever it is you're using. You know, I'm using the fusible fleece. I have used thicker before. And I'll share that with you. Look at this. This is a good thick one. I showed this in the video, in my Interphase video. Okay, so you can decide whatever you want to use. All right, so go ahead and I'm just going to put this on top just because I don't like ironing directly on my Interphase. So I'm going to adhere the Interphase to the lining portion. This is going to be my outside fabric. Sometimes I forget when I'm using a double-sided fleece and then I get it stuck to my iron and I'm like, oh no. Okay, so this is stuck on here, and you know, we have a nice, a thicker lining there. So what we want to do is we want to put this face up so that your lining is face up, okay? Go ahead and get that outside fabric. Okay, we're going to put it face to face with this. This is really a good accessory item, guys. And when you join my Sewing to Sell group, we're going to be talking about this accessory. But okay, so now what we want to do, go ahead and stick a few pins if you need to. Okay, stick a few pins in it to hold it down. I'm gonna pin it up here and here. Okay, what we're going to do, we are going to sew. I'm going to move this out the way right there. We're going to sew around. So this is a shorter side, okay? Here's the longer sides. The length is longer, okay? So you see the length is longer. What we're going to do is we are going to start sewing at the bottom pieces. This is going to be the bottom. This is the shorter side, okay? We are going to leave some finger space open. You can go for the 3 or 4 finger space, okay? But we're going to sew all the way around. You're not sewing the interface. You're sewing right outside. So you can choose, you know, a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around, all the way around, all the way around and back. Okay? Let's do it. And I'm going on 3.0. Okay? Okay. I'm just, for those of you who might be joining for your first video, all I'm doing is lining up my fabric with the second guide marker. I tend to let you know where I am sewing so that you can line your fabric up, and this way you can be sure to get straight lines every time you sew. So I am lining the edge of my fabric up with the second guide marker there. So I love these on the feet. Okay, I'm going around. Okay. If you need to, take your time. Now I have used cotton fabric for this, for these cases, but I have also used the canvas, the home decor fabric. My nails bump it. All right, so I'm going to leave a portion of it with I'll leave a portion of the bottom open. So there's my bottom that's open. That's like three or 4 fingers. Yeah, so I have used home decor fabric for these, you know, and I love them as well, the texture of them. So you can do that as well. I even do that for the bags that I make. Snip off the corners. Be careful not to snip your, be careful not to snip at your sewing lines, your stitch lines. Okay. And here. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do, we are going to go through that opening, go to that opening, flip it right side out. Okay. If you chose to use the hard interface, just know that the best way to flip it is to iron it again before you flip it. Okay. I'm doing it with this fusible fleece because it's very flexible and because I know I'm going to be using it for a specific reason. So, but again, if you choose that the hard interface, like I have here that you'll see in the video, you want to iron it before you flip it and it will help it. It will make it softer. Some of you realize that with the wallet. That sometimes it's hard to flip, but when you iron it makes it softer. All right, so what we're going to do now, we want to tuck in that opening. Okay, we want to tuck in the opening. Okay, grab your iron. Let's iron this down. Okay, iron it down. We want to close up the opening. This is the bottom portion right here. And I'll show you why I like to put that opening on the bottom. It's because we don't see it. We're not going to see it when we actually sew. Okay. So leave that bottom there for a moment. Let's go around to the top. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a stitch line really close to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. What we want to do is do this right here. Okay, create a stitch line all the way around. Is it necessary? No, but it makes your item look good. It makes it look professional. So do it. All right, so I'm going 1/8 of an inch right across. For those of you who are not good with numbers, line up your fabric with the first guide marker closest to your needle, okay? And let your fabric go directly along that line. So you see I'm getting a really even stitch line right here. And remember to back stitch. Okay. All right, snippies. Okay. Okay. I know we left that bottom open. We're still going to leave it open. Let's put this to the side for a moment. Grab the tab, okay, the 2x4 tab. What we're going to do is fold it over in half so that the wrong sides are touching. Let's fold the raw edges inside to that middle line. Okay, and fold the other one to meet it. And fold over. If you've been watching some of my videos, you know I do this a lot, making tabs on projects. So this is a great way to do a lanyard, great way to do a keychain holder, great way to add in a hook inside the pocketbook, anything. Okay, so what I want you to do now is we're going to sew down both ends, okay, so that we are closing up the tab to make it look nice. Okay, also because we don't want this opening, you know, when we actually loop it. Okay, so go ahead and close up your ends really close to the edge. It's not important for you for this particular piece to backstitch because I'll show you in a moment. Okay. All right. I'll show you why. So I'm just snipping just because it's long. Okay, so you could actually do like a 2x3. And what we're going to do with this piece right now, we are going to fold it over. Okay, and this is why I said you don't need to worry about back stitching, because these pieces here that you started and ended sewing, they're going to be on the raw sides. So what's going to happen is when we place them, we're going to sew over it and cut it anyway. Okay, so place that tab about an inch inside. You'll figure out how you want it, where you want it, you know, when you do this, okay? But let's go for an inch inside, pretty side, okay? So pretty part of the tab to pretty part of the fabric, okay? We purposely want a little bit of it to hang off, okay? All right, now take your other pretty side, fold that pretty side over so that you are looking at your inner lining, okay? And what we are going to do is, this is the bottom part that I told you don't worry about, okay? Because it's going to be in the inside. If it makes you feel better, go ahead and stitch up that little line, but you don't need to because we're about to do it right now, okay? So we are going to, you know what, let's pin this for you guys. Because again, like, I just hold it and sew. Okay, so we are going to sew. We're going to back stitch up at the top. When we back stitch, we're going to sew all the way down and all the way across. Okay, so we're going all the way to the edge. Okay, so go ahead. We're going to close this up all the way down, all the way down. So that tab is held in there. Okay. And again, I am lining up with that the second guide marker there, okay? I'm gonna remove this pin. Okay, I backstitch, and now going. Take your time going over the tab, okay, depending on the thickness of the interface you chose. And at this point, you don't realize it, but you're not sewing on the interface. We are writing alongside of the interface. Okay, and now I'm going to, I backstitch, I'm going to pivot and turn. I like to go all the way over with the sewing machine. I do not stop because I really like having the sharp edge here. So I'm going all the way to the end, and then I'm backstitching and going again. So look what happened when I went all the way to the end. I'm gonna have a real pointy corner when I turn this, okay? So what we're gonna do right now, so we're actually, guys, we're just done with the project. That's how fast this is. Okay, clip your ends off. This is going to help reduce bulk when you flip it. And that will be important because the thicker interface you use, the harder it will be for you to actually flip it, okay? Do not cut the top of your corners off. Do cut off the stragglies though. Yeah, cut off your stragglies because you will see them. I cut off the end of the tab, which is why I said you don't have to worry about back stitching like we normally do, okay? Now, if you chose to use thick interface, right now before you flip it, I want you to go ahead and hit it with the iron. This actually softens the interface when you want to turn your project right side out, okay? So trust me, you'll want to do it. Stick your hands in there, get down to the bottom, push from the bottom, tuck it in, pull, and then this is where I always tell you guys, handy dandy chopsticks, right? Grab the chopstick, use the flat part of the chopstick, okay? And this will also be really good because if you're using thick interface, it will help push those corners down. You never ever want to use your scissors when you are poking, guys, because I've been there, done it. I've poked a hole right through the pretty stitch lines that I sewed, okay? Use that chopstick to run along the edges, okay? All right, and now all we're going to do is iron. When you've ironed the interface, it will harden as soon as you iron it. And when you leave it for just a moment, it will harden back up. It'll feel soft and then it will get hard again. And so, my friends, guess what? You've just completed another awesome project with me. And so let's see, I'm just gonna take the glasses out of here and I'm gonna put them in here. So you see that? This, look at that, July 4th, like all American girl. So you could make accessory items. I have, look at that, a matching coin purse for this as well. So you see, and the tab that's on here, you can actually like put a hook on it, you know, one that I teach you how to do for like lanyards or for keychains. You can hook it inside of your bag. You can, you know, use an O-ring to attach it onto you know, a coin purse, whatever you want it. The idea is match them. And so, all right, so if you have any questions at all, you know what to do. And so, all right, so you can use some for phone holder, you can use them for glasses holders, anything you want. So if you have questions, you know what to do. All right, I'll see you guys for the next video. All right, bye guys.